In his 60s, Genghis Khan, at the pinnacle of his power, faced an unexpected challenge. While his conquests on the battlefield were successful, his family was tearing itself apart. He found that as a father, he was a failure. Unlike other emperors who considered themselves gods, Genghis Khan recognized that his end was coming and needed to secure his empire's future by choosing a worthy successor. Genghis Khan had 4 sons and he aimed to divide his empire among them. But he needed one to be the leader that oversaw everything and provided counsel to the other brothers. This required the brothers to collaborate and accept one as their leader. Genghis Khan had to pick that leader, and despite all the taboos against discussing Genghis Khan's death, family Hurutai, which is a formal meeting, was summoned to address this subject. During the meeting, Genghis Khan, accompanied by his most trusted men and his 4 sons, set the stage for selecting a successor. The eldest son was Jochi, and Jagatai was the second oldest. Now, the order of seating and speaking held great symbolic importance in Mongol culture. Genghis Khan then placed his eldest son Jochi in a position that suggested he was a likely successor. He asked Jochi to give his opinion on the issue of successor. If the younger sons accepted this order and didn't say anything, it would mean that they accepted Jochi as the legitimate senior and leader over them. Before Jochi could answer, Jagatai spoke up loudly and asked, "When you tell Jochi to speak, do you offer him the succession?" Then he did something that angered both Jochi and Genghis Khan. He brought up the issue of Jochi not being the real son of Genghis Khan. You see, Genghis Khan's wife Borte was kidnapped by the Merkid tribe in the past, and before Genghis Khan could rescue her, she was impregnated by another man from the Merkid. This resulted in Borte giving birth to Jochi after she was rescued. But Genghis Khan accepted Jochi as his own son because he loved his wife dearly. Jagatai brought up the paternity issue and said, "How could we allow ourselves to be ruled by this bastard son of a Merkid?" Jochi then got extremely angry and snapped at his brother. Genghis Khan tried to maintain peace by reminding his sons of the chaotic times before his rule in the old days. The old days where terror ruled their country. Each tribe would attack another tribe randomly. No one was safe. Genghis Khan changed all that and worked hard to create this new, more peaceful nation, uniting all the tribes. Genghis Khan reminded them that she was kidnapped, emphasizing that she did not run off with another man. He also reminded them that they all sprang from a single hot womb. It was then that Genghis Khan realized that he could not impose a choice on his sons. They would just reject his choice after he died, so he negotiated a compromise. He first commanded his other sons to accept Jochi as his eldest legitimate son and not to talk about the paternity issue anymore. Still, Jagatai did not want Jochi taking the title of Great Khan, so he offered the family a compromise. His proposal, neither he nor Jochi would become the Great Khan. Instead, the title should be given to the 3rd son, the hard-drinking Ogadai. Jochi accepted this compromise, but the family dynamics continued to be strained. See, Genghis Khan, deeply involved in conquering other nations, had not been actively raising his children, so they weren't as wise as he wanted them to be. Disagreements between his sons spilled onto the battlefields they were assigned to. Later, Jochi, feeling alienated, distanced himself from his father. He was probably angry that he didn't get the title of Great Khan. Tensions kept escalating, especially when Jochi organized his own celebration for conquering the Khwarezm Empire at the same time as his father's own celebration. A battle then almost erupted between father and son. Jochi chose to stay in his new territory, but later he would die there. Jochi died while Genghis Khan was still alive. This sparked a ton of rumors that Genghis Khan killed him to preserve peace within the family and the Mongol Empire. These rumors were never verified. While Genghis Khan loved Jochi like his own son, Genghis Khan's ultimate goal was to have one empire over the whole world, so these rumors might be true.